Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaReal, and we are here with some NBA 2K Mobile. In today's video, we will be ranking all the themes inside of the game. A total of 23 themes dropped in NBA 2K Mobile Season 2. We're going to rank them all the way from 23 up to number 1, right? We're also going to discuss the overall stat average for each theme. I'm going to tell you the best player for each theme based off of stats, the underrated gem for each theme, and the best craftable player for each theme as well. And again, this is all based off the stat averages that I love to bring to the videos, all right? So enough with that said, let's jump right into it because this is going to be jam-packed. The worst theme inside of NBA 2K Mobile is the six-man theme. The six-man theme came in at an overall stat average of 3.43. Didn't have a lot of superstars in this theme. The best player was six-man John Havlicek Ruby, which was about a 4.2 overall stat average. The underrated gem, however, and this is actually like one of the newer cards at the time, was Onyx Detlef Schrempf, who came in at a 3.9. And then the best player that you can craft for this theme was also John Havlicek. So that's the six-man theme. It was a total of 18 players. Now we're going to go into the next theme, which everybody in the community thought was one of the worst themes possible. And you guys were right. It wasn't the worst, but it was one of, right? And that's the spring theme. So the spring theme had a total of 13 players, right? It wasn't even packed with a lot of players. Had an overall stat average of 3.45. The best player for this theme, who I made a video for a few weeks ago, because I really thought he was a true underrated gem. And he was also the best craftable player. So as you can see, overall, for this theme, RJ Barrett was the best stat-wise, period, for all the categories. Next theme we're going to go into. Now this one here might stir up some people because I know some people really like this theme a lot. And it's going to be the Intimidators theme. This theme had a total of 22 players, with the best player being Amethyst Gary Payton, coming at a 4.4 overall. And if you notice, he's also craftable, so he is the best craftable player for this theme as well. Now the gem, in my opinion, was Amethyst Joel Dumars, coming in at a 3.9 overall stat average. One of the best shooting guards in the game, believe it or not. And I know some of you love this theme, but it is the Valentines theme, coming in at 3.65. Where the best player for this theme was Sapphire James Harden, who I was actually able to get. If you checked out that pack opening video, appreciate it. And then the underrated gem was Ruby Gordon Hayward, right? Coming at a 3.9 stat average, while James Harden came in at a 4.4. And then the best craftable player, who also came in at a 3.9. So the next one is the fall theme. Fall theme comes in at a 3.689. You could round it up to a 3.69. Best player for this theme was full Amethyst James Harden. The best underrated gem for this theme was Ruby Kevin Love. And then the best craftable player was Sapphire Steph Curry. All right, so the next theme, coming at a 3.7 overall, is the St. Patrick's theme. I always talk about this theme because it has one of the best players in the game, right? The best shooting guard, Tracy McGrady, Diamond Prime player. But he's not the best player in this theme stat-wise. It's actually Ruby Larry Bird. Comes at a 4.6. And a lot of people were able to get him from the draft picks. Now, the underrated gem for this theme was Patrick Patterson. Comes in about 3.5, 3.6 stat average, which is a bit of a surprise, but he was the underrated gem for this theme. And then the best player to craft for this theme was Jason Tatum, coming at a 4.1 overall stat average. And this theme had a total of 21 players. All right, now the next thing we're going to go into, and this was actually a fan favorite because they introduced some new players, but we got the Rainmakers theme coming in at a 3.77. I was a bit surprised, but it is star heavy. So the best player for this theme stat-wise is actually Onyx Larry Bird. Right? Larry Bird is one of the best players in the game, right? You're going to notice that Larry Bird and LeBron, if they're in the theme, they're usually one of the top players, right? So Larry Bird is the top one. Now the underrated gem for this theme, and I'm very, very shocked, is Peja Stojakovic, who is actually a 4.3 overall stat average. But on top of that, he is the only player in NBA 2K Mobile who has a 6 in mid-range shooting and a 6 in 3-point shot. Incredible. And then the best player to craft for this team is Karl-Anthony Towns, coming at a 4.3 overall stat average. All right, next we got Jam Masters, which is also one of the biggest teams in the game, with 27 players. To be exact, I think it is the biggest team in the game. Overall stat average is a 3.785, and it has gold players. So this team was actually really, really good if you think about it, because for it to include gold, no, let me not even say it. And it's 3.785. Now, the best player in this team was Ruby LeBron James. A hidden gem in this game, coming at a 4.5 stat average, right? He's actually the best shooting guard in the game, tied with McGrady, is Jason Richardson. And then the best craftable player is LeBron James. All right, so next team is the Halloween theme, coming at a 3.81 stat average. The highest player for this team is Amethyst LeBron James. The hidden gem is Emerald Harrison Barnes, coming in around a 3.8 stat average. Halloween Amethyst Giannis, coming at a 4.6. All right, so the next team is Historic Greats, comes in at a 3.83 overall stat average. The best player for this team is Amethyst Clyde Drexler, coming at a 4.7. The hidden gem is Gold Kevin Johnson, coming at a 4.0. And the best craftable player is Sapphire Penny Hardaway, who comes in at a 4.4 overall stat average. I was so hyped when this card came out. All right, the next is Lunar New Year, which comes in at a 3.83. The best player for this team is Sapphire LeBron James. The best underrated gem was Amethyst Carmelo Anthony, coming at a 3.9 stat average. And then the best craftable was also LeBron James. All right, now you have one of my favorite themes in Season 2, especially the card artwork, is the Glassman theme, coming at a 3.85 overall stat average. This theme had a true gem who was also the highest player and the best craftable as well, and that is Emerald Elgin Baylor, who comes in at a 4.8 overall stat average. He is one of the best players inside of NBA 2K Mobile. And just to take a look at the artwork and see how nice it is, this is one of the best artworks this year. I might even do a follow-up video for that. If you guys want, drop a comment down below. All right, next we got the rookie theme, which is very limited time, had some of the best cards in the game. So we had at number 1, Amethyst Zion Williamson, coming at a 4.3 overall stat average. He was also the best craftable player for this team. And the underrated gem, also coming in at a 4.3 overall stat average, was Rui Hachimura. All right, next up is the winter theme, which comes in at 3.93. The best player for this theme was Onyx Giannis. The underrated gem for this theme was Ruby Zion Williamson. And the best craftable player at a 4.2 overall stat average is Nikola Jokic. Now we're going into the top 10. Number 10 is the franchise theme, coming at a 3.94. This actually was one of my least favorite themes, but it was better than I thought. So the best player in this theme is Onyx West Unseld, who comes in at a 4.8 overall stat average. He is one of the best players in the game as well. And then the underrated gem, again, because not a lot of people know about Elgin Baylor, he is the underrated gem, but you can also say Wes Unseld is the underrated gem, because these are players that no one expected to be that good. And the best craftable is going to be the Admiral, Sapphire David Robertson, which comes in at a 4.0 stat average. All right, at number 9, we got at a 3.97, the Blockbuster theme. The best player for this theme is Blockbuster LeBron James. The underrated gem is going to be Blockbuster Blake Griffin, coming at a 3.9 stat average. And then the best craftable player is also LeBron James again as well. Now coming at number 8 is the All-Star theme, right? I actually thought that this theme would have been ranked a lot higher, But surprisingly, it's not, right? Some of the all-stars are on the weak side when it comes to the stats. But the best player for this team, stat-wise, is Onyx LeBron James. The underrated gem for this team is actually Sapphire Ben Simmons, who comes at a 4.0 overall stat average. And then the best craftable player is going to be Ruby Kawhi Leonard, who comes at a 4.3 stat average. All right, here goes the next team, the Steel Leaders team, which I also believe is one of the best teams in the game, especially artwork too. Best player for this team, you already know, it's LeBron James, right? You get the point already with LeBron. The underrated gem, and it's because a lot of people didn't realize he was that good at this point in the game, was Emerald Clyde Drexler, right? Clyde Drexler's a 4.7 overall stat average. Like, he is elite. And he's also the best craftable player for this team. But this team was incredible. Like, I remember this Paul George here, everyone was going crazy trying to get. Is the first team in the game. Coming at a 4.06 is the Duels team. The best player for this team, which you can consider an underrated gem at the time as well, was Sapphire Oscar Robertson. And in the gem was Moses Malone, who came in at a 4.0 stat average. And then the best craftable player was Emerald Larry Bird. Then the next team, again, one of the old school teams, was Rookies of the Year. This is when I got my first Amethyst, right? My Kevin Durant. That was my best pack opening hit. But the best players for this team was rookie LeBron James. The underrated gem was Grant Hill, coming at a 4.4 overall stat average. And he was also the best craftable as well. All right, so now we're going into the top three. And I'm telling you, you should have a clue already on two of them, because obviously we didn't mention them yet, but most people herald these as some of the best in the game. It's constantly mentioned in the community. But we're going to go right into number three, and that's the Playmakers team. The Playmakers team's best player, stat-wise, is LeBron James. The underrated gem, in my opinion, for this team was Jason Kidd. And then the best craftable player was Amethyst Giannis Playmakers. And the second best team in the game, no lie, started the year off so strong for 2K Mobile. I was very excited about it. And it shows that it was one of the best teams. Artwork was incredible too. And this is the New Year's 2020 theme. Comes in at a 4.175 stat average, right? Playmakers was a 4.12. While Rookies of the Year was a 4.06. But the best player for this theme here was Wes Unseld. This was a true gem at the time. First card for Wes Unseld. Everybody was excited. 4.8 overall stat average. And this was also the first card for Jason Richardson, who was also a gem, tied for best shooting guard in the game. He was craftable. Wes Unseld's craftable. This team also featured a crazy Michael Jordan. Like, this was a good team. It also had Penny Hardaway as well. Like, this team was stacked. Dominique Wilkins is also ranked really high, 4.6, as you can see. And then the best team overall, you should have known it, right? I think everybody had an idea that this was the best team ever. But it's good to officially know that it is, right? And that's kind of why I did this video. The GOAT theme. The GOAT theme is incredible. The overall stat average is a 4.23, but honestly, it wasn't a lot higher than New Year's. So that was what surprised me. I thought the GOAT theme was going to be even higher than everything else, but it's still pretty epic. GOAT theme is huge too. 24 players in this team. The best player is obviously LeBron James stat-wise. You can argue that he is the GOAT of this game, right? Because his power level is not that much off from Michael Jordan either. The underrated gem, in my opinion, for this team is Dwayne Wade, 4.4 overall stat average. And then the best craftable is going to be Amethyst Larry Bird, coming in at a 4.6 overall stat average. So that is it. That is the video. As you can see, there's a lot of themes in this game. and being able to cover it and break down the stats has been so much fun. So you can imagine I had a lot of fun making this video here. I enjoy it big time, so it means a lot. So definitely share it with anybody who's into the game, who's wondering what the best players are, the best themes, the underrated gems inside of 2K. And like it and spread it around the community, all right? So again, appreciate all the support, everybody. Peace out.